All right, so we got a new Mafia: The Old Country gameplay trailer. So unlike GTA 6, we actually have some gameplay here with Mafia: The Old Country. I've always enjoyed the Mafia series, even from the original one. So I am excited for The Old Country. I am excited for The Old Country, and it comes out this year as well. So we have an August 8th date, and on top of that. And this goes back to what I was saying and what I've always stressed. Companies don't have to charge you the same prices for everything. So, and this is also hilarious because it's coming from 2K Games, one of the most greediest companies out there. But 2K Games is charging for a standard edition of Mafia: The Old Country $49.99. Can you believe it, Chad? Like big dub for that. Like, that's honestly like just amazing, you know?
Excellent.
Let's fucking go!
Bang, bang.
Like, he was done for that. Like, it sucks because like this is something like, oh, why are you celebrating this? But for a AAA game, just coming out the gate, and they're like, hey, we're not charging $69.99. We're not charging $59.99 for a standard edition. We're charging $49.99. So that's great. They also have a deluxe edition, though, of course. They also have a deluxe edition, but the standard edition is $49.99. For the deluxe edition, let's see, we'll go over full base game first. So the Padrino pack, you get a shotgun, you get a pistol, an Immortal, a charm, Padrino outfit, stiletto, special knife, Eckhart, you get a limousine, and you get a horse and accessories. If you get the Gato Narrow pack, which I'm assuming is a deluxe edition, Bodion Narrow pistol, you get a charm, you get an outfit, and you get a race car. Bonus materials, you get a digital art book and original score. So if you care about the music, there you go. So that's added to it. So awesome news. Awesome news. Let's go and watch this gameplay trailer. Because again, gameplay trailer. I can't stress that enough. Can't stress that enough. Gameplay trailer. Let's go and watch it real quick.
Come in.
Bravery is not common in this world, Enzo. Loyalty, honor, obedience. They set the man apart from the rest. You took care of Messina, but this matter is not yet resolved. Will you help me bring it to a close?
Of course, Andorisi.
So I'm assuming unless that was just for cinematic, I'm assuming like you can distract with dropping coins or throwing coins somewhere. So still got the stealth elements, which is nice. And then my boy just said, "Oh, and running out there, you could throw a knife." Again, that looked. I mean, that's some really good aim. Like, he threw that knife from super far away, but it still looked cool. My boy could not aim though. He like popped 3 shots. I don't know where he was aiming. Well, looks good, man. Shout out to TBH with the big raid. I was lurking in there earlier, man. Huge dub for you beating the final boss. I also got to get back to Kazan someday, but I'm locked in on Expedition 33, man.
You again.
What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? But it looks good, though. It looks good. Again, we got gameplay, we got gameplay unlike the other game over there that's coming out next year. Shout out to all the people that's following. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. June Moons, I see you. Nuki, I see you. I see you. Said lies of JG. He said I tapped out. No, I didn't tap out. Just other games. Other games are coming out. Like, I'm trying to beat Expedition 33 right now before Doom drops. Doom is coming out next week. So it's just too much to play. It's too much to play. And I put Kazan in the back seat for now. I put Kazan on the back seat for now. He said how I've been holding up. Dustin, I just speak to you like a couple days ago. Man said how I've been holding up. I've been good, man. How are you been? He said that man with full Mickey. Yeah, I heard. He went King Mickey. He went King Mickey. You know he be crashing out. His mental be all the way gone when he be on the fighter boss. Hello, JG. I'm actually JG. That's hilarious. Actually, JG. Alrighty. Anyhow, so that was cool. That was cool. So yeah, I'm excited for that for sure. Excited for the Mafia Old Country. And like I said, that $49.99 price tag for all you broke boys. There you go. Again, for all new people in here that didn't hear me say it, companies do not have to charge you the same price for video games. I just want to make that clear. Video game companies do not have to charge you the same amount of money for these new games. That's why I find this $80 price tag stuff that we are now going into, this new era, pretty ridiculous. You can stay at the $69.99 price point. You do not have to jump up to $79.99 just because you feel like your video game has the content that justifies $79.99 price tag. All right. So Mafia the Old Country, even though it's 2K game, like I said, I'm very surprised that 2K games decide to do that. But hey, it is what it is. I cannot complain. He said you do care about people way too much sometimes. Sometimes you gotta be a little heartless. He said there can only be one. There can only be one. It's like the Highlander. There can only be one, JT. It's all they gonna find out. They say at $80. I mean, Jensen, I try to have as much hope for humanity as possible, but we know damn well that we're very fickle, and there's only a certain amount of things that the gaming community stands on, and I don't think that the $80 price tag is going to be enough for people to vote with their wallets. I wish, in a perfect world, I wish, but it's not going to happen. People are going to want to play these damn video games, and especially day one, they're not going to wait on sales. They're going to buy the game and then complain about it on social media after. They're going to do it. Only game you're paying $8 for GTA. I already knew GTA 6. GTA 6. GTA 6, the only game. GTA 6 is always the exception. Y'all are so funny, man. GTA 6 is always the exception. Y'all pay $100 for it. I've seen people say I'll pay $150 for it. It's just whatever, man. Like, y'all got it, bro. I know y'all want to play the damn game. I get it. He said 2K as well. I don't know about that one, man. You might need to get up out the chat. GTA 6. I'm still a little skeptical, but whatever. Do you? But 2K, really? You pay $80 for 2K? Y'all must be out your mind, boy. I swear. 2K. We literally talking about 2K games right here. I'm praising them, but now we back to shitting on them because ain't no way. Ain't no way you gonna pay $80 for that damn video game. Come on, you ain't trying to ball out that much. Man. Come on, dog. Anyways, let's move on. Apex Legends, man. One of the games that Etho's favorite video game to shit on because he's still bitter. He's still bitter because there will be no Titanfall 3. But the projections, he said, when we know you gotta spend $150 to make a play. Exactly, Velvet. That's why I said, man, like anybody who said that I'm willing to pay $80 for 2K, you already know what type of time they on. They are already spending money on VC out the gate. 2K was the first $70 game, so you won't be surprised they try 80. 100% they're gonna try $80. 100% they're gonna try $80. So back to Apex. So they're expected to decline further over the next few months, and I find this even more hilarious because they're about to go into a new season, and apparently they're about to start Apex Legends 2.0, whatever that means. So for them going into a new season, they just had some layoffs, and they're about to revamp Apex, whatever that looks like. What else, Way? They're about to decline over the next few months. I wonder. I would love to ask somebody. Actually, I'm gonna ask somebody in a moment because he's still heavily involved with the Apex community. I'm gonna ask him, what does the Apex Legends community at this point? Because they're like in season 21 or some shit. what do they want? What do the Apex Legends players want? Do y'all remember that period where all of the Warzone refugees, you know, all of those people who streamed Call of Duty religiously when they got sick of Warzone because it was too many hackers in the game, and then they all went over to Apex, and then Apex had a spike. Nick Merckx was like the leader there. He had his flag up proud. I'm playing Apex Legends. I am a Call of Duty Warzone refugee. They were all playing Apex Legends. They were all getting into rank. They were all just having themselves a jolly old time, right? They were all having themselves a jolly old time. What up, Jordan? Appreciate you. And then what happened? I wonder, because I was so tapped out of Apex at that point. And still, I pray for Beezy. Man. That man is so locked in. I've said this already. They've been so locked in on Apex. He just can't put it down. So I wonder, again, what do Apex Legends players want? The people who have been there since day one. I don't know. Because I feel like at this point, again, it's way too hard to get into. Like, imagine somebody getting into Apex Legends for the first time. Like, we're in 21 seasons and you're just now want to get into it. I just feel like they're just way too gone, and only the diehard people who have been playing since day one are going to still stick with it. But I don't know what they want. I don't know why a lot of people left in the first place. I don't know, like, towards the middle of their life cycle, why more people left. Like, I just don't know. The casuals don't want to get stepped on every game by 3-stack Preds. You don't know what the pros want. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Siege has a big revamp. Yeah, them too. Like, they're like, it's interesting. Like, all of these games, like, and their revamp. So anyway, let's read this article here. So Apex Legends is weathering through a rough patch right now. In a recent financial update, EA revealed that it's anticipating a massive drop in net booking for the shooter in 2026, which presents a huge concern for the platform. So all that tells me right there is either this game is going to suffer more layoffs next year or toward the end of this year, or Apex Legends will eventually sunset. So if this Apex Legends 2.0 does not somehow turn around and bring those like former Apex players back in, because like I said, I don't think you're going to get new players at this point. It'll be very difficult for you to get new players unless Apex Legends 2.0 was just a totally different game. But you can't sway super far away from, you know, what you've been doing in the past. So like I said, I don't know. It's a lot of what ifs here. But that's what I foresee happening. If they're already projecting that they're going to have a massive drop in the revenue, then what happens next? All I can see is just people just getting fired, just more people going to get laid off. Think GTA 6 is going to be cheaper than we think? No, I think it's at least going to be $80. And like I said, Rockstar might be the one to pull the $100 thing. They might be the first one to pull the $100. You never know. I said people still play Overwatch, so yeah, they do. And Marvel Rivals is falling because of the community, and two, because I mean it's really suffering the same thing Overwatch was, to be honest, because of the nerfs and buffs. You know, there's going to be no pleasing everybody, but sometimes there are certain nerfs or buffs that happen that just totally ruin the game. And in this season, it was the whole nerfing all of the healers. So I don't know. Hopefully they figure it out. But I will say this. I think the Marvel Rivals developers are a lot more responsive. So they do try to react to a lot of things. It would be nice for them to be more proactive, but I think it's very difficult to be very proactive when you have a live service game. But at least they do respond, they do react. They are talking to like a lot of the partners in their Discord or whatnot. So they're trying, but I just can't say that they're making all the right moves. They just can't. Are you getting $100 GTA? For me, I'm gonna hate it, and I'm gonna write it off for sure. But if it is, I will bite the bullet. But I don't recommend it for everybody unless it's the only game you play the entire year. Honestly, community hero shows need to be studied. Most of them have no accountability whatsoever. I mean, sure, engagement-based matchmaking, yeah, the matchmaking too. There, here go Beezy. Look at him. You say Apex and he appears. You say Apex and he appears. I'm gonna ask you too, BZ, since you went here, but let's continue reading this article. So the Titanfall universe is in a weird spot. It was revealed a few days back that layoffs at Respawn and EA went hand in hand with the cancellation of a new Titanfall title, an extraction shooter. I wouldn't have liked that, to be honest. I'm actually kind of glad that they canned that, because that's not the Titanfall that people want. I don't know where extraction shooter came from, but if that was allegedly what y'all were trying to make, then I think it was a good idea to can that. Apex Legends is the only living game connected to the Titanfall universe, which has been sorely misrepresented in recent years. It has been almost a decade since Titanfall 2. Damn, we are so old. Since Titanfall 2 release, wow, and players are hungry for more, but Respawn can't or won't deliver. I think it's a matter of can't. I don't think it's necessarily that they won't. Well, actually, no, I take that back, because Apex was making a lot of money, and that may have clouded their overall judgment. So it might be a little bit of both here. So EA has confirmed that they will anticipate a 40% year-over-year decline in net bookings for Apex, which indicates plummeting expectations. So what were your expectations? I truly wonder. This goes back to like expectations versus reality. Like, what are these shareholders expecting here for? When did Apex Legends come out? When did Apex Legends, because I remember when it came out, like we were so on it. So 2019. So all right, so February 4th. So yeah, so we're 6 years in. We're 6 years in on this game, man. Okay, so yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, I truly don't know what the life cycle is for the live service game, because first of all, this is sort of new territory, especially like on all consoles, because like you have the MMO RPGs, or whatever, that have they've had their own ecosystem on the PC mainly for a long time, like World of Warcraft, for example. That game has just been going on forever and ever and ever. So games like that. But when you have these type of games, these multiplayer focused like shooters and BR games, stuff like that, what is the true life cycle of games like this? Because some of them have done very, very well, and again, some of y'all are so locked in that y'all just can't stop playing. Like we were just talking about you, BZ. We're so locked in, you've been playing this game so much, you just can't put it down. And it's like, at first I didn't understand, but after I watched one of Ethos videos when he was talking about it, like, I get it. I do understand when you spend so much time, dedication, and money into certain titles for years upon years, it's just hard to let go. So you just kind of stick with it, even if you don't like it anymore. You just kind of stick with it. Spend too much money on that account. Yeah, so I understand, man. I understand. What up, Tony? Appreciate you for the 26 months. So, okay, never mind. So they answered my question here in this article. They said it was mentioned a while ago that EA wanted to keep Apex Legends for around 20 years. 20 years, family. Do y'all... That's not even feasible. That is super unrealistic. I think honestly, a typical lifespan for a live service game is 3 to 5 years. It's 3 to 5 years. And that's a minimum. If you're good, if you're lucky, and maybe you can get 5 to 7, but 20 years? 20 years? No. People are not going to be playing this game for 20 years. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not think you have enough resources. I don't think you have enough content. You already scrap content in this game. So you're saying that you have enough content to last 20 years? That's pretty insane. Very unrealistic. Very unrealistic. And we're already 5-6 years in now. We're 6 years in since 2019. Whew, that's tough, man. I'm gonna pray for y'all. So BZ, I'm gonna bring you to the table real quick. Who passing down the Apex accounts? BZ, what are the Apex Legends players looking for? What do y'all want in this video game now? Because like I said, I know that they're doing Apex Legends 2.0. I don't know what that's going to consist of. They're in season 21 right now. what do you want in this video game, BT? Or what are the other people who are still playing this video game want? Because I don't know. I don't know why people are still playing. I don't know what made people leave, whether other than just getting bored, moving on to something else. I don't know if something like thoroughly pissed the Apex Legends community off. I don't know. I just got bored of it, to be honest. Like, I just felt like ranked wasn't fun for me. Like, I never really found the joy in playing ranked. I did have fun. I did have fun in the game. I'm not gonna lie, because we did spend a lot of time in it, but I don't know, ranked just it didn't seem like it was satisfactory for me. Like, I didn't find satisfaction in playing that game. So it's funny because they didn't even hit the 10-year mark, and they're trying for this 20-year. Like, it reminds me of like what I'm sure Bungie wants Destiny. That, you know, they already said. I remember when people were crapping on them because they said that they want Destiny to be a 10-year-old game. So when did Destiny come out? They said they wanted Destiny to be a 10-year-old game. Let's see, when did Destiny? No, not Destiny 2. Yeah, so 2014. Yep. So they're past the point, but technically it's 2 games. So technically it's 2 games, but I remember them saying that with the first one. I don't know if that was always the plan, just to make a second one as well. So it's like, yeah, technically they are, but it's not for one video game, because they have a second one. So, but they have technically done it because it's been 11 years at this point. It's been, well, almost 11 years, because we're about to hit that point in September. So that kind of did it. Let me see. When did Fortnite come out? Fortnite came out in 2017. Okay. So we're 8 years, almost 8 years with them. GTA kind of did it. Yeah, GTA did it. GTA did do it with theirs. So, and again, it's only a certain amount of games, and I just think, again, that's just highly unrealistic for everybody. I'm not saying that you can't, but it's highly unrealistic for everybody. You got to be a big dog in this space in order to be able to pull those feats. I don't know. I just don't see Apex hitting that. I don't see Apex hitting that. I don't even see him hitting 10 years. If they hit 10 years, I'll be very surprised. But 20 is tough, man. So my friend just want a casual shooter, but COD got me. Yeah, I mean, COD is pretty much only casual shooter at this point, man. I don't know. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens next year. We'll see what happens next year. I don't know, BT. I don't know, he ain't saying nothing in the chat, so we'll see. All right. Microsoft news. So the FTC is still coming after Microsoft because it's Activision Blizzard stuff. Like, I thought that we were past this, but apparently the FTC is still trying to get Microsoft. So let's see what exactly that they're talking about now. So as you know, Microsoft sealed the deal and they bought Activision Blizzard in 2023. And it says since then the buyers have proven to be a boom. So yeah, they've been doing a pretty good job. So you think all the conversation about the Activision acquisition would have dried up, but recently a U.S. appeals court decreed that the supersized buyout did not violate antitrust laws and that everything was above board and as legit as can be. Okay. In a report published by Bloomberg's legal team, the details from a document posted today by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit were written front and center. The document might have been discussing the acquisition settled in 2023, but the results of an investigation revealed that the buyout is still having a current impact on the state of the industry. But how? It's a 39-page document, okay? A 39-page document, and it states that Microsoft didn't violate antitrust laws when shelling out $69 billion to secure Activision Blizzard King, okay? Not only that, but the heavily publicized ruling will reshape how the FTC reviews deals involving rapidly evolving technology. Okay. So let's see. According to the U.S. court that debated the FTC's appeal, there wasn't enough of a case made to dispute the claim that Microsoft would block competitors from accessing top tier franchises like Call of Duty. So as you know, like shortly after this deal actually went through, you know, PlayStation and Sony was bitching like the entire time, saying that, hey man, you want to kill us because now we're not going to have any shooters. And then, you know, Sony failed again trying to get them an actual shooter with Concord, unfortunately. So, you know, they tried. It didn't work out. They didn't get their own killer app, and Microsoft still said before then, they're like, we'll still give you Call of Duty. We're not going to just have it on the Microsoft platform. So what a be done. So like they still gave it to them. So like they did all that crying, and they didn't hold Call of Duty back. They didn't make it an exclusive. In fact, we're doing the opposite. Microsoft are doing the opposite. We just talked about Gears of War. So they're giving all of their exclusives away to Sony. So literally Sony can't do any bitching at all. They can't do any bitching at all. You know, they did all that crying, and you still got Call of Duty, and now you're getting even more IPs from Microsoft. You're getting even more IPs from Microsoft. So as it also stressed that the FTC hadn't proven to any real extent that the Microsoft Activision merger would damage competitors in the cloud streaming space. Yeah, they're not doing anything wrong. They're not doing anything wrong. So is everything that Microsoft promised during the landmark FTC trial has been delivered more or less. We're yet to see a Call of Duty title surface on the Switch. But the second iteration of the best-selling console is on the horizon. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, this isn't that the FTC is coming at them. This is more of a recap for what happened, and the FTC ended up losing because Microsoft didn't do anything wrong after this acquisition. So, okay, that's what the moral was. All right, cool. All right, and then final bit of news, which is on the dirty ass screen. Images of the Xbox and Asus's new handheld leak online, which is just very interesting because I'm like, all right, you have Asus making the handheld, you just have Xbox A, B, X, and Y on it, but it's still in the ROG, the Asus ROG shell. I don't know. Okay, so the images are code name Project Kennen, and these have leaked. Okay, to first glance, both devices look fairly identical. Yeah, again, but you go out view it to notice the black version features an X on the top left button, suggesting that it could be our mysterious Project Kennen. Okay. So I mean, yeah, it doesn't look any different outside of just these, man. He said, wait, that's a Steam Deck. So yeah, I mean, if they're gonna do a handheld, cool, but I didn't think that they were going to just use Asus to do it. So they said a recent report seemed to make it clear that the system won't play Xbox games, as it will be a tried and true Windows PC in essence. Instead, it will act like a current ROG ally while featuring an Xbox guide button and more prominent grip. So what's the point? What's the point then? Oh, okay. All right, I am in confusion. Yeah, just like you said, Black John, it definitely seems just more like a partnership. It's like, all right, you're still going to come out with the Asus ROG, but it's just going to have a couple of fancy buttons on there to make people think this is the Xbox handheld. Man, whatever. He said might cost $1,500 with the tears. You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. I saw another report that Nintendo is already getting prepared, which they were already, but they're getting even more prepared and trying to reevaluate what the price of the Switch 2 is going to be after this first wave comes out. So pretty much everything that we already know, but you know, now official people are saying it, but you could already kind of read between the lines and see that's what Nintendo was trying to do. Everybody's on a wait and see approach, but if these tariffs hit and if they stick and end up being for every damn country imaginable, then yeah, the Switch is going to go up along with other consoles, which we already talked about. The Xbox upping the price on 5-year consoles. Sony go follow suit too. So It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.